One of the best feel-good stories going into the NBA this season was Yuki Kawamura. He's the new shortest NBA player, listed at a generous 5'7", in a league where the average height is 6'7", where 7-footers are the coveted #1 picks, and where a legend like Kobe Bryant once referred to a 6'1" guard as small. Yuki stands as a statistical anomaly. He is a foot shorter than the average player on the court, a man closer in stature to the person watching from home than the giants he competes against. His journey to the world's greatest basketball league seems on its face to be impossible, but defying the impossible is something Yuki Kawamura has done his entire life. His path was not paved through the traditional American basketball machine. There was no 5-star recruiting rank, no blue blood college program, no March Madness moments. His legend was forged thousands of miles away on the high school courts of Japan. There, he was a prodigy, a blur of mesmerizing creativity and Showtime-like passing that led his team to back-to-back national championships. At just 16 years old, while still in high school, he became one of the youngest professionals in Japanese B-League history. He was a phenom in his own country, but to the NBA, a league that rarely looks beyond its own borders for talent, he was a ghost.
Following this heroic performance, he returned to Japan and took his game to another level, winning not just Rookie of the Year, but also League MVP in the same season. His next stop was the grandest stage of all, the 2024 Paris Olympics. Once again, Japan was an afterthought, and after an opening loss to the world champions, they faced a simple scenario against the host nation, France. Win or go home. The French roster was a parade of titans: Rudy Gobert, Nicolas Batum, and the 7'4" Victor Wembanyama, the tallest player in the tournament. The visual matchup was almost comical, the shortest player in the tournament against the tallest. But for all the NBA and EuroLeague talent on the floor that night, the best player was the unknown prodigy from Japan. Yuki put on a masterclass. He was fearless, dancing through the paint, pulling up for long-range threes, and controlling the tempo of the entire game. He finished with 29 points, 6 assists, and an incredible 7 rebounds, fighting amongst the French giants. It was a breathtaking performance, a display of skill and heart so profound that it nearly overcame a roster of NBA champions. Though Japan would controversially lose the game in the final moments, the message had been sent. Yuki Kawamura belonged. He finished the Olympics averaging over 20 points and 7 assists per game, the only player in Paris to rank in the top 3 in both categories, a feat achieved in a tournament that included LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. His Olympic heroics finally caught the attention of NBA teams, and he was given his shot with the Memphis Grizzlies, signing an Exhibit 10 contract, essentially a tryout deal with almost no guarantee of making the team. Most expected the experiment to be short-lived, perhaps a marketing ploy to appeal to the Asian demographic. But everything changed in the NBA preseason. In limited garbage time minutes in his first few games, he showed flashes of his brilliant court vision, whipping pinpoint passes that sliced through defenses. He showed enough that in a game against the Indiana Pacers, he was given a real opportunity. A lasting impression would be an understatement. It was a playmaking masterclass. In just a handful of minutes, he dished out a game-high 7 assists. And these weren't simple plays. He was an artist, using his eyes to deceive defenders, penetrating the lane, only to deliver a ridiculous no-look behind-the-head pass for an easy layup. He showcased a beautiful chemistry in the pick and roll, a fundamental skill for any NBA point guard. He would snake around a screen, draw the defense, and then find his rolling big man for a thunderous dunk. It was a dazzling display of court vision and basketball IQ so advanced that it left his own teammates and the defense in a state of stunned admiration. Based on the strength of his preseason, the Grizzlies did what once seemed impossible. They upgraded his contract to a standard, non-guaranteed NBA deal. Yuki Kawamura had officially made it. But the summit of one mountain is often the base of the next. The NBA regular season is a different beast. Scouting reports are meticulous and defenses are unforgiving. While his passing remained elite, his scoring struggles became apparent. He averaged just 1 point per game, playing almost exclusively in garbage time. The NBA's deeper three-point line proved to be a
difficult adjustment, and at his size, finishing at the rim against 7-footers is a near impossible task. The reality of being a point guard in today's NBA is that if you're not a scoring threat, you become predictable. Defenses began to play off him, clogging passing lanes and daring him to shoot. The brutal truth that size matters was making itself known. However, the Grizzlies had a plan. Instead of letting him languish on the end of the bench, they sent him to their G League affiliate, the Memphis Hustle. This wasn't a demotion, it was an incubator. It was a laboratory for him to adjust to the speed and physicality of the American professional game. And in the G League, Yuki has been nothing short of a phenomenon. He is currently leading the entire league in assists, on pace to break the all-time record for assists per game. He has become a double-double machine, recording near triple-doubles with a regularity that is astonishing. He had one game with 15 points and a staggering 16 assists. In a league full of players on the cusp of the NBA, Yuki is proving that his signature skill isn't just elite, it's historically great.
The scoring, however, remains a work in progress. His shooting percentages in the G League are still not where they need to be, but there is ample reason for optimism. His shooting form is pure, and he has a proven track record as an elite shooter on the international stage, hitting over 40% of his threes at the Olympics on high volume. He is a relentless worker with a famous regimen of shooting 600 three-pointers every single day since high school. This isn't a case of a player who can't shoot. It's a player in a slump adjusting to a new environment. He has also begun to develop a crucial weapon for a smaller guard: the floater. With his natural soft touch, this shot will be essential for him to have a reliable scoring move when he penetrates the defense. What has surprised many, however, is his defense. You would expect a 5'7" guard to be a massive liability, a target for opposing offenses to hunt on every possession. But Yuki is proving that heart can often be more important than height. He is a pest. He is surprisingly physical, using his low center of gravity to get under bigger players. He's incredibly agile, able to stay in front of quicker guards, and he gives maximum effort on every closeout. He has quick hands, a knack for stripping the ball from opponents on the drive, and a willingness to put his body on the line. It's a gritty, tenacious style of play that has already endeared him to the blue-collar Memphis fan base. The road ahead will never be easy. The Grizzlies are a top team in the West with a stacked guard rotation, and earning consistent minutes will be an uphill battle. But Yuki Kawamura's entire career has been an uphill battle. He knows this. Playing basketball at this size is very challenging, he said in an interview. I hope that seeing me will encourage kids who do not have size not to give up. That is the ultimate truth of his journey. He's a 5'7" Japanese basketball player in the NBA. He was never supposed to have made it this far. Every step he takes is on uncharted territory, a testament to a determination that transcends physical limitations. His story is no longer about whether he can make it. He's already here. The question now is how far he can go. It's a story that is still being written in real time by a player who has spent his entire life doing what everyone else said was impossible. In a game of giants, Yuki Kawamura is proving that the size of the fight in the dog is what truly matters. And his fight is just beginning. Want more deep dives into the most compelling stories in the league? Make sure to hit the subscribe com for more NBA and basketball videos.